Hello, YouTubadors and YouTubians. It is, man, I just looked at the calendar. What is it? It is January 16th, 2022. I just got back from town, filled up on some water, things like that. Man, they weren't calling for inches of snow. In the weather report, they said they were going to have a trace, which it don't bother me. I'll drive in anything. I know how to drive in it. I spent most of my life working up north in places like Minnesota, Ohio, Iowa, so I know how to drive in it. The problem is we're in a mountainous area. They don't do anything to the roads. They don't put down any salt, very rarely. Out here, they will not plow our road until all the main roads are plowed. Last year, I was stuck here for 5 days. I live on a hill, and I just got a two-wheel drive truck, so I can get out of here, but I'll never get back in the driveway. And it wasn't the case today. It wasn't much. The roads never even got covered with snow. They just stayed dry. It was like the first snow. So, but man, it cracks me up. I mean, churches are canceled and school. It would surprise me if school's canceled tomorrow because we had snow today. They just don't know how to deal with it here. And I went in the grocery store. All the bread wiped out. All the milk wiped out. You know, it's like people, what is that? People just want to sit and eat bread and milk. But I wasn't prepared. I was out of my snuff. I was out of water. I was out of milk. You know, I had enough things here. I could have rode it out a while, but I'd have went nuts without my snuff, man. And that's something I always make sure I got plenty of. I know it's a bad habit. Hey, at least I don't smoke anymore. I smoked 35 years, and that's how I got off of it. So, whatever. I'll get off of that one day. We all got to have some kind of habit. Nobody's perfect. So I got back. I bought me a big pork roast because they're still kind of cheap. And I got it in the crock pot. I'm going to make some pulled pork, barbecue pork, and have barbecue pork sandwiches tonight. Since I got a late start, I put it in the air fryer for 40 minutes. And so I did half the work in that and then put it in the crock pot. So I'll be eating still kind of late. Man, it's almost 2 o'clock. Wow. I'm going to feed the dogs. They're loving the snow. They're out there rolling around in it. Libby, I couldn't get her last night to put her up. She would not let me near her. She likes to be out in that stuff. And I got her put up now when I went to town, but she wants back out. You know, it's not that cold. They're all in insulated dog houses. They're fine. I mean, them dog houses are warmer than my house. Trust me. I know I put a thermometer in there when we had... it was like -5 last February, and Wally was out in his doghouse. The others were in the fifth wheel with heat. Wally, he don't like anything with heat, and he passed away in May, but I put a thermometer in his doghouse when he was in there, and it was 52 degrees when it was 5 below out. So that's how well that doghouse is. And I know they're built well because I built them. You know, they're insulated all the way around. And I don't make them, you just make them to the size of the dog so their body heat warms it up. And they get in there, they're nice and cozy. But if it ever got brutally cold, which it never does here, I would bring them in, make sure they were warm, had heat lamps, whatever. But they just don't need it here. It just doesn't get that cold. I even built a tunnel one time for them where they could come in the house before I had Rooster. They wouldn't use it. They'd hardly ever come in unless I called them in. So I ended up taking that out because they didn't want to come in. You know, they'd rather be outside. That's their domain. Well, I'm sure somebody will get on that one I posted. Oh, you left your dogs outside? It snowed. Yeah, they love it. You raise your dog the way you want to raise them. I'll raise mine the way I want to raise them. But I can tell you this. My dogs are very well taken care of. They're very well fed. If they ever have a medical issue, they're right to the vet. We get it taken care of. and I'll starve before one of my dogs goes injured or doesn't, get its medication or whatever. So I do take care of my dogs, and I get very irritated when people tell me I don't. Just because they're outside. Well, they're dogs. They're part of, they stem from wolves. They do have the ability to withstand 30-degree temperatures, because that's the ideal temperature that beagles like, I know. Rooster, she's inside with me. She's not bred for, we bred dogs that small. They don't belong outside. They belong inside. But right now she wants out. She'd stay out if I let her, but I'm not going to let her out in this muddy, wet snow. So anyway, that's all I want to get on here and yap about. It's already melting. The roads were dry. But there's nobody out. There was quite a few people in town, but we're up in elevation a little bit up here, so but the roads stayed dry all night. I was watching. I was worried I couldn't get out this morning, but it wasn't the case. But I'm loaded up on water and do whatever it wants now. And I have water. I can drink my well water. I just prefer I go to one of them kiosks. I get 10 gallons for $2, and that lasts me a couple weeks for cooking and drinking. And that's what Rooster drinks. I don't give her the well water. She'll drink it, but she's spoiled. Spoiled dogs got to get the good water. But actually, the well water is probably better for them. It's got good minerals in it. But she don't care. She'll drink either one. But she likes my water. All right, guys. Just got on here to do a quick coffee. I need to get something posted on this channel for a change. Happy trails.